All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. And in this video, we're going to be back in the 147-pound division where there has been more information released about Errol Spence Jr. And if it is to be believed, it's really not good. However, it is at the same time corroborates some things that were said to people out that have connections within that particular camp, Errol Spence Jr.'s camp. This is coming from Michael Jai White. If I mispronounce his name, please forgive me. But, martial artist, actor, he gave an interview on Vlad TV, and it jives with some other things that other people had said and very well could impact what happens in the rematch with Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. So let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where we get some, unpleasant rumor or conversation from Michael Jai White about what he knew about the Errol Spence Jr. training camp before the Terence Crawford fight. And it syncs with what several other people have said, several other sources have said. The difference between what he is saying and other people have said is that there really is not an explanation for what is going on or what was said to have gone on. But before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for your continued support. It really does make a huge difference to the channel. Very important during these very dry times of the boxing conversation. This year, we do have some really good fights coming up though. And this weekend with Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. We also have really good fights coming up in December with Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. We've got some other good name fighters fighting. Shakur Stevenson should be back against Edwin De Los Santos. You also have a sleeper of a good fight between Bam Bam Rodriguez and Sonny Edwards out of the UK. So other things going on. But thank you guys for your support and continue to chop it up with me about this particular issue, which is, hey, man, it's just interesting to me. So you have Michael Jai White that comes out and says that sources had told him I think he said the week before a fight or a month before the fight. It was a while before the fight. That he said, look, that somebody told him, somebody that was in Errol Spence camp, works with Errol Spence Jr. in his camp, said that that Errol Spence Jr. should not take the Terence Crawford fight because in training, he looked like a shell of himself in training camp. And he said that, Michael Jai White said, look, that he listened to it and he was like, and then he watched and he saw the fight. And he was like, when he saw the fight, he went back and he thought about what it was that his friend said about Errol not looking like a shell of himself in training. And that, and then he goes on to say some of the things that people have said before about Terence, which was, have you ever seen Terence Crawford look that dominant in a fight against anybody before? And that is just not the same Errol Spence Jr. that we had seen before. We had never seen Errol Spence Jr. look like that. He just looked horrific in that fight. And he just looked like, and he was a shell of himself in training, in sparring. Now here is that jives with, and I'm going to get to my opinion about it in a second, that jives with what people like Blu-ray had said. Blu-ray is a former strength and conditioning coach for Errol Spence Jr. had said when he said, look, in that training camp, everything that went wrong, everything that could have went wrong did go wrong in that training camp. And that Errol did not look good in sparring. It didn't look good in training. There was also a word out of that camp that Errol Spence Jr. had a rib injury, and he had a rib injury early in camp, or like 6 weeks before the fight. So for the last 6 weeks, he couldn't even spar. He couldn't spar at all. And so when you see Errol Spence get in the ring, Errol just doesn't look like himself. And I think that is really fair. He didn't look like himself. He looked drained. He did not look like he was in very good condition at all heading into that fight. Now, for me, I don't want to draw conclusions on that because, well, first, let's talk about what that means for Terence Crawford. Really, to me, doesn't mean anything for Terence Crawford. I don't think it takes anything away from him at all. If you fight the person that you get in the ring with, and you fight the person that you get in the ring with on the day that you get in the ring with them. And that's just boxing. That's why in the lead up to the fight, in almost every fight, when I say, look, man, you have to wait. You have to, first of all, you have to wait. You have to see, know what these guys feel like the day of the fight to really have any real good sense of what's going to take place. You know, boxing is not like basketball where Michael Jordan can catch the flu. And then when he gets tired, you can take him out for a couple seconds of the game and you can put him in. No, this dude has the flu. Somebody's sick. You know, in boxing, dude, you probably gonna get hurt because there ain't no timeouts. You know what I'm saying? Unless, you're Anthony Joshua and you can, you can tell the referee to stop so you can retape your glove. But other than that, there ain't no timeouts. So I don't think saying that, these people telling people what they know, what they had heard, or in some instances what people know firsthand is taking any credit away from Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford got what he went into the ring to get. He got the money, he got the win, he got the belts. Period. Now, I think it would be just dishonest if you act and say, well, there was nothing. Errol Spence Jr. looked like he was in tip-top shape. He looked like he was in the prime of his career, and he looked better than he'd ever looked, and he still got whooped. That right there is doing a disservice to people that are watching the fight, that are looking at like, hold on, man, this fight was supposed to be close. It wasn't remotely close, and that guy doesn't look right. You know what I mean? Also, I think it does a little bit more of a favor to Terence Crawford, because we don't have to necessarily harp on a lot of the conversation going on, which is entirely possible. You know what I mean? It's entirely possible, and it could be the case, but there is no solid evidence or no, and it really, I think let me put it this way: there is no definitive evidence that he's done it, which is the PEDs conversation, the gloves conversation that's going on. If people want to know why why Terence Crawford performed in a way like he had never performed before, hey man, it very well could be that the other guy was compromised coming into the ring. And it's not Terence Crawford's fault that he's compromised. But if the man's compromised, the man is compromised. The question is going to be what is Errol going to do going forward? One thing that I think he should do is most definitely not fight at 147. If Terence Crawford tries to insist that the fight is at 147, hey man, if he didn't already put the penalty in there, I'm telling you what I'm doing. The kid is about to miss weight and walk up in there and be way up on the weight class. I'll be up at 104. I'll be weighing in at 154 pounds. I may weigh in 155 pounds. And everybody, oh my God, yeah. Like I said, I can't make 147. What'd I tell you? The more logical thing should be Terence Crawford, who my understanding is took 3 times to make weight. It also would probably just need to come in at 154. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.